Hey, I told Grandpa the show was on. He might be watching.
So that's one more coat there, and I'm gonna put one more coat in the spots. I sent out a couple different things to my social media, so if I got any friends out there watching.
If you have any friends.
Hey there.
Maybe someone will show up.
So one more good coat. I'm curious to see how this will look as a lighter bark that's not quite a brown bark. But you see the spots we got of the gold. That'll iridize in the very final heat.
The iridization may block the transparency of the other color.
Which is perfect. And then we take it to Nottingland, which means I'm going to put knots in the tree. That's not the place where the kids that get coal for
Nottingham?
Christmas
Is that what you
come
just
from.
said?
Nottingland. So I'm twisting it up.
So I got one of my Christmas presents early, and I had to talk to the woman in registration, and she's like, oh my gosh, have you seen that show, Blown Away?
Yeah.
It's amazing how much exposure that show is giving to
Big
glass
time.
artists. And then shows like ours is like a Blown Away every week.
The next one can be a wee bit smaller.
Okay.
I did get a little inspiration from the Glass Academy Addicts.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I saw something.
Yep, I believe that was Dawn, posted a pretty cool looking bonsai tree. So I'm leaving this top one up a little higher because I'm going to get the bottom two in here on this little one, this the foliage, and then I'll fold that back down because if it's too tight in there, I'm not going to be able to get the glob of glass in there to cut it around and shape it up. So I pull the pipe off the bench so I can get an angle here. I like cutting them a little tall like that, because that's going to leave that round and puffy kind of spot of the tree on there. You could probably reuse those pipes too.
I know, I was going to
Okay.
ask. I will on the next one. So the shears will heat up, the tips of them, but just the next few minutes they'll cool off enough. They're starting to stick slightly for him. That's a pretty cool technique.
I like to do just a little torch, not because I need more heat. She brought it plenty of heat, with plenty of heat, but to get rid of that cut mark on the top, so when you're looking down on the top of the foliage, you don't just see a big slice in the glass. I'm also hanging it down here so it still has some height to it. So now I'll do this one nice and tiny. And then we're going to do one, maybe two. I'd probably get a gather the same size as that last one for the top ones here. Opening up soon. The gallery, yeah. Extended hours for the holiday last minute gifts and pickups. Gotta watch my thumb when it's getting wider like this. I almost hit my thumb a couple times with these wider branches. Oh my God, that went on perfect. Look at that.
now?
Go for it, yep. Oh, baby. See how when I take a heat, this guy, the most recent one, is still glowing more than the rest of them. Look at that knot right there in the trunk. Does everybody know out there why we call our Tuesday show The Gathering Point?
Because it's a group of people gathering together to watch something fun.
But it does also have to do with glass.
I know. I'm teasing.
The coolest term in glass, the gather, when you gather the glass from the furnace. So I'm gonna keep this a light gold. This is what I was talking about with pink. If we did it this size, you would not see, and you won't see spots of gold. It's gonna be a perfectly even, beautiful coat of this gold. We could have done that with the pink, but we went with the larger chunks, twice as large, and I think it's gonna give it some nice optics.
If you guys have ever seen Del Chihuli's works, they are amazing. Amazing. He has some very talented craftsmen that work for him, and women.
So I just blew a bubble into it. Now I'm shaping it up to get into the mold. I wanted it even. It's a bad thing to go in the mold with too much thickness, the pineapple mold. It makes it really difficult to get out. But at the same time, I want this to stay a little bit thicker. Sorry for that, folks. Had to blow as hard as I could to get the best texture possible. And I nailed it. Blow. Good. I really like going straight to the bench from the mold. Blow. Good. You just cap it.
Because the glass on the inside is still hot, and that's what's blowing out. That outer layer has a memory of the mold on it, so it makes it nice and crispy.
Super crispy.
Think of like a skin of a grape. This had a slight like skin on it, but then when you busted the grape, it's juicy inside. That's
Totally.
the same logic.
That's a great analogy. So now I've got my hand on here. I'm capping it, letting it fall back so it's getting nice and squatty, flat, kind of like a
Squatty
UFO
potty.
saucer. Not like the squatty potty, nope. So you see that texture is pretty darn strong right now. I want to get this as even as possible before she comes over with the clear. Perfect size, nice and hot. No paddle.
No?
Thank you. Squish it on as even as possible. It's looking really tasty.
I saw the big punny up.
Real light. Beautiful. Yeah, we could do it on a big punny. I think it's probably wise. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful punny. The shape's super nice. You got heat in it, and it's not too hot that when I stick it on there, it wants to move around everywhere. So it's just the right amount of stability for me to carry this for the rest of its completion. Little tap. All right. And then we go for the open.
We do have these wooden
Did you hit the foot again?
dowel rod
Did you hit the foot?
that are good for low bowl shapes.
Thank you.
That are always an option. Do you know those?
That's not a low bowl right there. I'm spinning really fast to let it spin out using centripetal force. Good. You hit the foot one more time. Okay, you see how that's squatted up about half the length? Now we're going to do that one more time. Stay on there real light. It's getting tasty. It's actually bigger than I was thinking. I think it's proportionate, but I still want to squatty it up a little bit.
I would say it
more.
is.
Up higher. That's hot. enough. He may need some more.
This is a
She's on there.
nail biter for 2 people.
Oh, baby. She is gorgeous.